here today with a heart filled with gratitude and excitement as we celebrate a momentous occasion for our beloved city of Pawtucket. We received the remarkable news the Council of Elementary and Secondary Education has approved the Pawtucket Schools Project, marking it as the most prominent school initiative and one of the most notable state projects in the history of Rhode Island. It is a, yes. I like this crowd. This is a great crowd. It is a visionary step with a sense of shared purpose and a commitment to excellence. This achievement is a testament to the collaborative efforts of our state, city, and school officials who tirelessly work to improve our educational infrastructure. The Pawtucket School Department, family, and I extend our heartfelt gratitude and appreciation to all of you for your unwavering support. The approval of the statewide bond is a beacon of hope for the future of education in Pawtucket. The funding is not just a financial injection, it's a lifeline that would immediately be available to help Pawtucket's bond and set in motion a transformative journey for our schools. In the face of this extraordinary opportunity, we pledge to utilize these resources judiciously, ensuring that every dollar contributes to creating an environment that fosters learning, growth, and success for our students. This funding will go beyond bricks and mortar and build a foundation for future generations' dreams and aspirations. As we embark on this ambitious venture, let us remember that it is not just a school project, it is an investment in the future of Pawtucket and the potential that resides within each one of our students. Together, we can build a unified high school that not only meets the needs of today, but also prepare our students for the challenges and opportunities of tomorrow. A new high school will not only broaden horizons, but will also serve as a beacon of progress in our entire community. Once again, thank you all for your dedication, passion, and belief in the power of education. The journey ahead is exciting, and I am confident that with your continued support, we will make Pawtucket's educational landscape a model for others to emulate. We are Pawtucket Strong. Together, every student, every day. Thank you. Now, let's give a round of applause and a warm welcome to our favorite governor, Dan McKee.
Superintendent, I love the enthusiasm. That's great. It's contagious, and it's great to be here in the great city of Pawtucket with friends, Blackstone Valley, making sure that the state understands that just because the independent man faces in the other direction, that we don't turn our back on the city of Pawtucket, right, Mayor? So this is a great opportunity that we're talking about today, and it's one that is central to the work that we're doing in our office as an administration, partnering in with our local 39 cities and towns and the leadership in those communities and our reps and senators, along with our administrators, as well as our a really strong RIDE office, which is really something that's really pretty special, Mario. So thank you so much for your leadership. On the school construction in the state of Rhode Island, we're talking about $1 billion of school instruction. We're serious about this notion that we'll meet or exceed Massachusetts levels by 2030. And we're going to make sure that we do everything we can. We're not going to leave anything to chance. And school buildings are very important. And the city of Pawtucket's very important as well. So Senator Cano, thank you for being here as well, for your work that you do on that level. So I'll keep my comments relatively short, but this is just a carryover from the State of the State address that I had the other night. We're going to make sure that we're doing everything we can to give our young people the opportunity to reach their potential. And that's all I ask. You know, as a coach, I would say, you know, to the kids that I coach, I said, look, if you can touch the net, I want you touching the net. If you can touch the rim, I don't want you just touching the net, right? But if you can jam that ball, I want you to jam it, right? I don't want you to just be touching the rim if you actually can slam the basketball. I want you to reach your potential, because if you do, that's how communities get stronger. Each one of us does our best every day, and that's exactly what happens. So when we're talking about building a new school building here in Pawtucket, and I'll let the mayor tell you all the reasons why this great way to bring communities together, but this is just part of this Learn 365 RI. This is the strategy that we're using, so they're not only in our school board chairs, you know, as well as our chairs with our Rhode Island, you know, the Department of Education with Patty, right? And Mike, thank you so much for your leadership as well. We want to make sure that we are connecting with every family in the community in the state. What a way to connect with your community right now by building support for a new high school here in Pawtucket. And as I said in the State of the State, the concept, we want every home, every day, that learning matters. That's how it works. When you leave your home as a young kid and your parent or your guardian or your grandparent saying to you, do your best today, right? Do your best today. And by the way, we're building you a brand new school here in the city of Pawtucket that you're going to be able to graduate from high school on, and then you're going to be able to continue as we create paths to learning outside after high school as well. This is an all-in effort. Doesn't happen without a community really building a lot of enthusiasm. So congratulations to the leadership here in Pawtucket to come to this point in time where we're going to really, you know, make sure we make that investment in a way that our young people benefit from it, and understand that it directly connects with our economy. So when we're talking about raising incomes across the state in every community, this is how you do it. You invest in education as a primary, you know, base to work off of, and then we invest in job opportunities for the people that live in the state of Rhode Island. But unless our students really reach their potential on their academics and their arts and their athletics, then they're not going to be able to contribute in the way that we need them to do it. So this investment, very important. Congratulations. Commissioner, come on up and take the microphone from me. By the way, I saw a complete golfer over there on the shelf, on the library shelf. Don, you might want to pick that up. I understand you might be picking up golf. There's the complete golfer there. It's an all-in effort here. Thank you very much.
Well, Governor, you didn't ask me to pick up the book. So I want to thank Governor McKee because he's been a true partner. He continues to be a partner, and he is supportive of everything we do in education. He also pushes us, and part of that push is pushing our agenda on school construction. So it's not just what happens outside of the classroom, inside the classroom, around the classroom. It all matters. We're saying to our kids that where they learn matters. How they utilize the building to learn matters. And we're seeing that today. So we're going to talk about the unbelievable investments that Rhode Island as a state has made and what is actually going to happen here in Pawtucket, because it's pretty amazing. I want to start off by thanking our governor, the Council on Elementary and Secondary Education Chair, Patty DeCenzo, Board of Education Chair, Michael Gray, State Education Chair, Sandra Cano, Mayor Don Grebian, School Committee Chair, Gerald Sherbino, Senator Acosta, which this will be 2 days in a row, Representative Shawcross Smith, and Representative Felix. And the person that shows up every day, along with everyone else, Superintendent Patricia Royal, for being here this morning and for helping us lead this work. So projects like Pawtucket High School are only possible through partnerships. When I first came to Rhode Island, Chair DeCenzo was the superintendent, and she talked about this. She talked about this vision. She talked about how hard it was going to be to do, but how she had already laid some of the groundwork, some of the conversations. That was part of my first conversation with her hopes and her dreams, and many of the work that has inspired the rest of the construction that has happened in the state has first started in Pawtucket. So thank you, because it is important. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, all of you that have been part of that work. Today, we're talking about huge, huge investments in our system. Few states are doing what our state is doing right now. At RIDE, we're committed to more 21st century learning spaces that inspire academic excellence, spark innovation, and allow students to master skills and subjects that they could not be exposed to in buildings that were not prepared for what we're teaching today. Modern spaces are key ingredients in our efforts to improve educational outcomes. Governor gave us a challenge. He told us that we were going to meet or beat Massachusetts levels. We intend to beat them, and this is part of the equation. It's not one thing, it's everything working together in conjunction. Today we celebrate this project, but we're also celebrating something else. We are releasing our School Building Authority report, Investing in Excellence. If you haven't seen it, please grab one, because this is just one of the many projects that Rhode Island has been investing in. You're going to see historic investments like the new ones that you're seeing here, taking 2 buildings. Remember, we're doing fewer and newer. That is the goal of the state. It costs money to run old buildings. It doesn't give the students, the faculty, what they need. So thank you to Pawtucket for really spearheading and moving this across. Teachers understand how much we respect them when we put them first, when we put the students first. From Woonsocket to Westerly, this report outlines the many school projects recently completed, underway, and in the pipeline. Those of you, this is our blueprint. This is what we look at to say, this is what we've accomplished. This is what we're doing. This is what we're going to do. I know that as Rhode Islanders, we like to be hard on ourselves. But we need to take a minute to celebrate that we are doing what other states are only talking and dreaming about. We're investing in these buildings, but I want to especially thank and recognize the Council on Elementary and Secondary Education, because they know that the direct investment and the work that they do has an impact on what happens in the classroom. We at RIDE, if you haven't heard it already, we're not interested in Band-Aid approaches. When we walked into a lot of this work, that's what was happening. We were fixing roofs that 5 years from now we'd have to fix again. That's not what we're doing. That's why last month, the council voted to approve over $1 billion in new school construction projects across the wonderful state of Rhode Island. This is the largest investment in K-12 history. There are 48 projects that will refine and enhance learning environments for almost 25,000 students around the state. When complete, the new schools across the street from here will serve 2,000 students greater access to high-quality programming, including in-demand CTE, work-based learning opportunities, and promoting sustainable and greener school community. All of that with a decision that a community got together to make. So we are pleased to be here today to present Pawtucket with their first installment, their first $50 million pay-go funds to get this project underway. There's the check. And now I have the distinct honor and pleasure of introducing you to someone who has been part of this work in wearing many different hats. Today she's here as Senate Education Chair, but she has also been part of the Pawtucket School community. She has been part of these decision makings. So for her, it's also a big day to be here, to really see this come to fruition. So with no further ado, I'd like to introduce Senate Education Chair, Senator Cano, who will share a few words with us. Thank you.
Buenos días. Oh, you can do better. Buenos días. I love that. It's such an exciting day here in Pawtucket, and for me especially, I'm so happy that we are getting $50 million today. That is the first one. I love that. Love that. So I want to start by saying thank you to Superintendent Royal, Governor McKee, Commissioner Fante Green. We also will be hearing from our mayor, Daniel Brevian, but I also like to recognize some of the people that make all of this possible, because this is truly teamwork. So I'm going to start by saying to my friends in the General Assembly, thank you for the support in investing in education, and especially in Pawtucket. So Senator Acosta, Representative Phyllis, Representative Mary Shellcross-Smith, that is here with us as well. We do know that partnerships go a long way when it comes from the state to the local level. And it's my time to recognize some people that I have the pleasure to work with when I was elected to the school committee, and throughout my time in public service. I'm going to recognize Chairman Jay Chavano. Thank you so much for focusing on buildings in Pawtucket and making sure that they have the opportunity to learn in a space that is clean and safe and transformative. We also do have our school committee member, Kim Grant, which is also here with us today. And we do have from the City Councilman Roberto Moreno is here as well. He's a former school committee member, so he knows the work that it takes. And we have partnerships all along for our students. So we are so happy to have here our teacher union president, Ron Bopri. Thank you so much for being here as well. And from the secondary education and then the Board of Ed, Mr. Gray and Ms. DiCenso. Thank you so much. And I know that all of you here play a role. So you all should give yourself a round of applause for being here today. So on behalf of the Rhode Island Senate, thank you to everyone whose hard work and commitment brought us here today. We are committed to make sure that all of our school buildings are warm, safe, and dry. As a state, we have committed to repairing and replacing our ailing school buildings. And we are committed to bringing schools into the 21st century while enabling new, modern approaches to learning. Did we talk about CTE? I know Ricardo is here. He can tell us about CTE. And it's really awesome that in the Senate, we truly have embraced the commitment as a whole. I want to take the opportunity to thank President Ruggiero and Senator Gallo and Leader Pearson and so many of my colleagues for the advocacy and support. I know that I'm only a voice with Senator Acosta for Pawtucket and the Pawtucket delegation, but they really moved the needle and here of our, every day, our support for the city of Pawtucket. But here in Pawtucket, we also have embraced this commitment. We have seen the excitement, the amazing learning spaces that we already created, the new Henry Winters Elementary School. We always working towards important improvements at all of our schools, including new security features and health and safety upgrades. And today, we're making a major step towards a new unified high school for our city. This is a game-changing investment for Pawtucket's future. Let me say it again. It's a game-changing investment in Pawtucket's future. And it is an example to show all Rhode Island what is possible when we work together to take on our biggest challenges. This is personal for me because education transformed my life and opened the doors to so many opportunities. Every student in every community across Rhode Island deserves the same opportunities. Every student deserves the best possible chances at success in every school and in life. And for us to provide that safe, secure, modern school buildings are absolutely essential. As a chair of the Senate Education Committee, I am so grateful to be part of this celebration. I look forward to working with all of you to continue building on the incredible progress that we have made together. And just like the governor said, Investment in education is a must. And I would like to end by saying, it's our time, Pawtucket, and we are getting it done. Congratulations to all of you. It's my honor to introduce the mayor, my friend, and also my boss of the city of Pawtucket, Mayor Donald Gravian. Coming up.
So just to start, Governor, will be checking the book out. The governor heard that I'm going to try to play golf, and he's heard how I play. So a complete golfer, so I need some help. But seriously, good morning to everybody, and we're honored to have you all here at the Jenks Junior High School, middle school is now called, in the great city of Pawtucket. And I think it's exciting that we're all here to accept the grant, or the $50 million. I know as a politician I shouldn't say this, but I will. We prefer cash, but we'll take the check. But all seriousness, the pay-as-you-go plan is a part of everything we're doing. I want to recognize a few people as well, though. But Governor McKee, for your leadership, not only in the 365, but just your commitment to Pawtucket. And then I have two asks. We either want you to move here in Pawtucket, or we want you, when the independent man goes, turn him the other way, okay? But also to Commissioner Infante Green, to you and your team, to the Board of Education. I want to recognize Mario Carreno and Joe De Silva for your commitment to Pawtucket, and your hand-holding and your guidance, and sometimes the slap around helps us, and I appreciate that. Senate Education Chair Sandra Cano, the members of the House and Senate, Senator Costa, Representative Felix, Representative Shallcross, your partnership, and I say that, right? We don't always agree on everything, but we all agree on education and how to move this city forward, so that truly is important. The members of the council who are here, Roberto Marino representing the president and the members, thank you for your leadership. Chairman Charbonneau and Kim Grant, thank you for your partnership as well. And I also want to just recognize, I think this is what, 6 months or 7 months? So 6 months with the superintendent. We joke on a regular basis that it feels like 30 years because there's so much to do, and to continue to move this district forward. We thank you for your leadership. We thank the Assistant Superintendent Ramsey, Rabbit, and also Pimentel for yours. So please, give them a round of applause for all that they do. I do want to do a special shout out just because I tease her all the time, but Patty DeCenzo, who was the superintendent that helped start this, focused in on this, and now she serves in another role. And I also want to recognize her because she's the oldest person in the room. So thank you for being here. All right? I'm sorry, I have to do it. But seriously, as mayor of the great city, I'm really honored to be here and be part of one of the major school construction projects and the largest in the state of Rhode Island. Back in November 2022, Pawtucket voters overwhelmingly approved the $330 million bond for Unified High School right across the street from where we stand. And that was a commitment from the taxpayers as well, because we understood that there was going to be investment and tax increases that we don't like to talk about. They were going to be needed to continue to do that. Well, it will be hard to see the former McCoy, and that's an emotional tie for us, but we are reassuring in knowing that the monumental transformative education complex that will take place will stand second to none. Over the past few years, we have prioritized education and educational facilities throughout the city, and there's so many people that are part of that. In 2022, as everybody in this room knows, especially the elected who's been here that long, right, we opened up the brand new Winters Elementary School. We continue to work on the Baldwin, which is a ground up. We have completed nearly $50 million in renovations at Potter Burns, Nathaniel Green, Fallon Memorial, Goff, and Slater Middle School. And soon we'll be having this unified high school. In the best days, right, Mario, it's 5, right? But probably in real between 5 and 7. But Pawtucket is committed to continuously funding that education. We, the administration, the members of the council, the Pawtucket School Committee, know that our students deserve the best education experience we can give them, and we must maintain our commitment to them and their teachers for further opportunities and engagement in education through the schools and the classroom. Working collaboratively, we get things done. And when I talk about working collaboratively, it doesn't, we've talked about everybody, and as much as sometimes we have on different sides of the aisle at times, but also I want to recognize and thank Ron Beaupre and for his leadership and the commitment from the teachers, the administrators, because they get it done. They deal with it. We need to listen to them. So thank you, and I appreciate you giving him a round of applause as well. So, Ron, appreciate your partnership. At the end, I'm also thrilled and extremely thankful to support a Pawtucket delegation, whose most are here, the representative senators, to Speaker Sakachi and Senate President Ruggiero, the Governor and Department of Education, for their support in this project. So with that, I can't say it enough. We're excited. We're tired sometimes, but we're dedicated to get this hard work done and continue to move this forward. So I appreciate, Governor, your support. Commissioner, I thank you. And Superintendent, you can show me how to check this book out after, okay? and with that, I think I'm the closing act, and I think, Victor, we're going to do the check presentation. So thank you, everybody.
Questions off to the side for press. I know a lot of folks want to speak to the folks. We'll do them off to the side right after the shot. Pawtucket officials are welcome to join us for the picture, please. And as you can tell, it's for Pawtucket students, so please join us for the photo.
Yeah, hold on. We don't want to break yours. So.
Let us move the podium. And you don't got to do that. Are you going to let him take it off? Yeah, I don't want to.